Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap. And guys, we all know that Reserve Bank of India has recently released RBI Grade B officer exam notification, and in this session I will be giving you the real-time simulation of online form filling process for the RBI Grade B officer exam. So guys, in this session I will be resolving your all the doubts regarding the form filling process. So let's begin the session. So here guys, what the very first thing you are required to do, just type RBI in your browser, and here you can see that this page will appear. From here what you have to do, you are just required to click on the rbi.org.in, that is the official website for the Reserve Bank of India. So after clicking on it, this page will appear, and now you are required to just scroll down to this particular page. So in this particular website guys, this page will appear, and at the bottom you can see here that there is an option for the opportunities at the rate RBI. So now after clicking on it, this particular page will appear, and here you can see that there are two options, that is home, current vacancies. So in the current vacancies you can see that there are options of vacancies, call letters and results. Just click on vacancies. After clicking on the vacancies, you can see here the 9th May 2023 notification, and just click on it. So guys, this is basically the official notification for the RBI Grade B officer exam for 2023. So here we will be basically seeing that how exactly you can fill your online application form for the RBI Grade B officer exam. And in the point number 2, it states that candidates are required to apply online. That means आपको RBI Grade B officer का एग्जाम अगर आप फिल करना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए आपको ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन ही फिल करनी है, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर एक लिंक हाइपर लिंक्ड है, अब इस पर क्लिक करते हैं. So after clicking on online, you can see that this page will appear, which is basically the page from where you can get yourself registered for the exam. So इससे पहले मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि इस एग्जाम की जो ऑनलाइन फॉर्म फिलिंग एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस है, it will start from 9th of May 2023 and it will end by 9th of June 2023. That means आप 9th June 2023 तक इस एग्जाम की एप्लीकेशन को फिल कर सकते हैं. सो एक और इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है दैट यू आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू वेट फॉर द लास्ट डेट. प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू आर फिलिंग आउट योर फॉर्म एट द अर्लीस्ट. सो गाइज, अब मैंने जैसे कि रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं किया है, सो आई कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट माई रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस बाय जस्ट क्लिकिंग ऑन क्लिक हियर फॉर न्यू रजिस्ट्रेशन. But before that, I would like to tell you that what exactly are the prerequisites. वो क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं जो आपके पास पहले से होने चाहिए when you are filling your online form filling for the RBI Grade B officer exam. So guys, you can see here that this is the official notification of the RBI Grade B officer exam. Now let's directly move on to the section of how to apply. And in this guys, you can already see here that what exactly are the prerequisites for applying online. You can see here that the prerequisites are photograph, signature, left thumb impression and a handwritten declaration. अगर हम बात करते हैं लेफ्ट थंब इंप्रेशन की, तो इट शुड बी ऑन अ व्हाइट पेपर विद ब्लैक और ब्लू इंक. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट हैंड रिटन डिक्लेरेशन, इट शुड बी ऑन अ व्हाइट पेपर विद द ब्लैक इंक. और हैंड रिटन डिक्लेरेशन आपकी ही हैंड राइटिंग में होनी चाहिए. एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली शुड बी द टेक्स्ट फॉर दैट? द टेक्स्ट इज बेसिकली I, your name. For example, your name is Rahul Singh. So I, Rahul Singh, hereby declare that all the information submitted by me in the application form is correct, true and valid. I will present the supporting documents as and when required. So guys, यहाँ पर notification के अंदर ये point specifically mention किया गया है that declaration has to be in the candidate's handwriting and in English only. And if it is written and uploaded by anybody else, then the application will be considered as invalid. And guys, एक और important चीज जो आपके पास होनी चाहिए before starting the form filling, that is a valid personal email ID and a mobile number. And this should be kept active till the declaration of the final result. तो हमारे पास टोटल 6 चीजें होनी चाहिए: a valid personal email ID and a mobile number. And apart from that, we must have photograph, signature, left thumb impression and a handwritten declaration. So now let's move directly towards the last part. Now let's directly move towards the registration part. So I'm just clicking for click here for new registration to get myself registered. So guys, when you just click on the click here for registration, you can see here that this page will appear. And let me tell you that the RBI Grade B officer online form filling process is basically a 6-step process. और यहाँ पर मैं आपको एक और चीज बताना चाहता हूँ that when you will be filling the form, तो काफ़ी सारे ऐसे places होंगे जहाँ पर asterisk marked होगा. तो वो जो place पे asterisk प्लेस्ड होगा, दैट मीन्स इट इज अ मैंडेटरी फील्ड, उसको आप खाली नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं, दैट शुड नॉट बी लेफ्ट ब्लैंक इन द फॉर्म. ठीक है. सो गाइस, इन द बेसिक इन्फो विच इज द वेरी फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑनलाइन फॉर्म फिलिंग प्रोसेस, you are required to enter your first name, middle name, last name, then your mobile number, email ID. So these are the things that you are required to enter in the basic info, that is the first stage of the online form filling process. So let me just enter my details here. So guys, let me tell you another important thing, that for example your name is Rajendra Pratap Singh. So your first name is Rajendra, your middle name is Pratap, and your last name is Singh. So that's how you are required to fill out your details. So also make sure that all your details are error free and you have basically entered all the details correctly in this whole online form filling process, because यहाँ पर after verification के time पर अगर कोई भी discrepancy होती है, then your candidature can be cancelled at that particular stage of the process. So I have here filled out my the details of my name, and now I am just putting out my mobile number. So guys, I'm asking my details and I really believe that you will respect my privacy. So guys, now I have to basically enter my email ID. So in the email ID, for example, my email ID is dev@gmail.com. So my user ID, in the very first cell I will just type Dev, and then I have to choose a domain name. For example, my domain name on which I have got myself registered in my email ID, that is basically on the gmail.com. So my domain name is basically gmail.com. If your email ID is on Hotmail, then you can just choose Hotmail. So guys, here I have basically filled all my details, and now I have to just click on save and next. And when I just click on save and next, it says that are you sure the data entered is correct, as no change or edit of application will be allowed. That means ये जो मेरी basic information है, इसमें मैं कोई भी change बाद में नहीं कर सकता. So that's why मुझे अभी ही ये verify करना होगा that yes, all the details are being entered carefully and correctly. So as I have already made sure that all the details are correct, so I am just clicking on OK. So guys, when I just click on OK, here you can see that a provisional registration number has been generated along with the password. So guys, let me tell you that जब भी आप रजिस्ट्रेशन का प्रोसेस, दैट इज द वेरी फर्स्ट स्टेज, जब आप क्लियर करते हैं तो यहाँ पर आपके सामने रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर और पासवर्ड आता है, एंड दैट विल ऑल्सो बी सेंड टू योर मोबाइल नंबर एज वेल एज SMS. So now we are on the second stage and the second step of this RBI Grade B officer online form filling process, and the next step is basically for the uploading of signature and photograph. So guys, before starting with that, let me tell you that what exactly should be the sizes of the files for your photograph. So guys, when I talk about this, that is the size of the photograph, then size of the photograph should be between 20 KB to 50 KB. And for the signature, left thumb impression and handwritten declaration, you can see here that signature के लिए जो file size है वो 10 KB से 20 KB के बीच में होना चाहिए. For the left thumb impression, it should be between 20 KB to 50 KB, and for handwritten declaration, it should be between 50 KB to 100 KB. And you have to make sure that जो file name है उसमें कोई भी space नहीं होना चाहिए, because otherwise it will not accept your file. So now let's get back to this particular page. So now I have to just choose my photograph. So guys, yeah, here I have just clicked, I have chosen my photograph here, and here you can see that my photograph has been successfully uploaded. And now I have to confirm that yes, this is my valid photo, and also agree to above mentioned note. Now the next point is of uploading the signature. So I have once again successfully uploaded my signature, and I confirm that this is my valid signature, and I also agree to the above mentioned note. So guys, now my second step is absolutely clear, and now I can just click on next. So guys, this particular field is really very important. Now we are moving towards the qualification, experience and language, and all the other details like the post for which I am applying, the category, as well as the other important details. So here in this, once again, you have to be very careful while applying for this particular exam and for online form filling process. So here the very first option is basically of the post for which you are applying. Let me tell you that here the combinations of the different posts are also eligible. For example, if you want to apply for both grade B as well as DPR or grade B as well as DSIM, so यहाँ पर मैं आपको बता दूं कि आप दोनों के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, provided you have to pay for the fees as well for both the posts. As here I am only applying for the grade B general, so I am just clicking on general, and here you can see a message that combinations allowed to apply general as well as for DPR or DSIM is also there. So I'm just clicking on OK, and now guys I have to basically fill out my other details of the category, then certificate date, the certificate number, if there is any disability, then any compensatory time that is needed at the time of examination. So I have to basically fill out all my details here very carefully, and you have to also fill out your details very carefully without any error. And once you will choose anything guys, then you will not be able to basically change it. So that for that you have to make sure that everything has been entered very carefully. So here once again it says when you choose a category that please indicate your category correctly in the online application form, as no change in the category will be permitted after submission. Now I'm clicking on OK. So now you have to just enter your certificate number. So here guys, now you are required to just enter your certificate number as well as the date which is mentioned on the certificate. So now let's let me fill all the other details as well. Now the next option is, are you a person with a specified disability covered under the definition of section 2? And guys, you have to basically fill out this detail accordingly. Now the next part that you are required to fill is, do you possess a MPhil qualification? If you possess, then you have to type yes, and if you don't possess, then you have to basically click on no. Then do you possess doctorate degree or PhD qualification? As I do not possess the doctorate degree, so I am just clicking on no. Do you fall under the category of ex-serviceman? As I don't fall under that category, so I am just clicking on no. And if you fall under that, then you can just click on yes. Are you Reserve Bank of India employee? So if you are, then you have to just click on yes, and you are also required to give your employee ID number. So, and also if you are having any kind of experience as an officer in the scheduled commercial banks, then you have to click on yes, and if you don't, then you have to click on no. So guys, the next option is of the whether employed in the government service, and if you are basically employed in any government service, then you have to click on yes. Now the next part is, are you an ex-employee of any banking institution whose services had to be terminated for the reasons or of economy or as a result of bank going into liquidation? So guys, if you are basically such kind of ex-employee, then you have to type yes, and you are required to basically give your details. Now the next option is of, have you appeared 6 times for the phase 1? And guys, this is only applicable for general, unreserved and EWS candidates only. Now the next part is of nationality. Then now we have already filled out those kind of details, and now let us move on to the next set of details, that is regarding to the center of examination, and you have to basically enter that particular center to which you are convenient to visit during the exam. So आप center वही choose कीजिएगा, उसी जगह ही choose कीजिएगा जहां पर आप आसानी से जा सकते हैं exam देने के लिए. So let me fill out my center as well. So now it's the time for the center for examination for phase 2. And then the medium of written examination, what exactly you want the medium of written examination to be. And here guys, you can see here that there are 2 mediums, that is English and Hindi, and you can choose accordingly. Now we are moving towards the next set, that is of your personal details, which includes the date of birth, gender, then do you have a twin sister or brother, then marital status followed by father's name, mother's name, your address. So let me just fill out my details, and I'm asking my details guys here because I don't want to share with all of you. So guys, the next option is basically of the correspondence address as well as the permanent address, and you can always just click on this checkbox and it will just enter all your details for the permanent address as well, if they are the same as that of correspondence address. So guys, now you are just required to choose the address for the GST invoicing. So I have just chosen it as the correspondence address, and now it is showing me, displaying me the amount that I have to pay. So guys, I have just clicked on validate your details and it says verified successfully. So I just click on OK and I'm moving towards the next portion of the next step of online form filling process. And guys, the next step is basically of the qualification, experiences and languages. In this, you are required to enter your details regarding the 10th standard, 12th standard, bachelor's degree, post-graduation diploma, MPhil, doctorate degree, professional qualification and others. So let me just fill out all my details here. So here in the next column, you are required to just enter the name of board, university or institute, then the date of passing, the percentage of marks and as well as the class and grade. So here I have filled out all my education details for the 10th standard, 12th standard and the bachelor's degree. And now guys, I am moving towards the next option, that is, do you have operating knowledge of the computers? So as I am having the operating knowledge of computers, so I am just clicking on yes. And guys, now it is asking me to enter the details of the computer knowledge, and let me tell you that there are only 35 characters, maximum 35 characters are allowed in order to just mention your details of the computer knowledge. So I'm just typing here that I have studied it as a subject in my school. And guys, if you have already studied the same in your college, or you have any other skill set that you want to specify here, then you can just specify it, but make sure that you are just containing it in only 35 characters. And guys, now the next step is basically of entering your work experience details. If you are presently working, then please mention here your working details, your work experience. And if you're not working but you have already worked earlier, then also and if you have worked earlier, then also you can mention your details accordingly. So here guys, now the next option is of the languages that you know. As I know English, Hindi and I can read, write and speak in these two languages, so I am typing them accordingly. So now I have already filled all my details here, and now I am validating my details. And it says that verified successfully. So guys, now I am moving towards and I am clicking on save and next. And now you can see here that all my details are present here, which I have filled, and now once again I have to verify that whether all my details are correct or not. And here guys, you can see that all the details are being mentioned here. And you can see here that in the payment status it is saying unpaid. So here guys, if after verifying all the details I can see that yes, there is something, the data which I have not, the information that I have not entered correctly, then what I can do, I can just click on the back, which is there at this bottom left corner, and when I will just click on back, it will just take me to this particular page, and here once again I can just change my details and correct them, and then once again I can validate them and click on save and next. So I have shown you how you can do if in case you find any kind of discrepancy in the data, in the information that you have mentioned. So guys, as I can see that all the details are being perfectly placed here. So here is a declaration which says that I hereby declare that all the statements made in this application are true, complete and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. And I am just clicking on I agree to this particular declaration. I am clicking on complete registration. So when I just click on complete registration, it says on completion of registration, no changes of data already entered will be permitted. And after the completion of registration, proceed for document upload and payment process. So I'm moving towards this particular step. So here the next step is of uploading the documents like left thumb impression and the handwritten declaration. So guys, I'm choosing the file here. So here you can see that I have uploaded the left thumb impression successfully, and I am just making sure that it is not smudged, and if it appears smudged, then you have to re-upload this particular image of the left thumb impression. So now it's a time for the handwritten declaration, for which I have already shown you the text that what exactly you are required to write on a piece of paper. So I'm clicking on the declaration and I am uploading it. And here you can once again see that I have written down all the details regarding the handwritten declaration, and I'm clicking on OK. So guys, now I have just completed it, and now I am entering the security code. So I have completed this step as well, and I'm clicking on save and next. So it says, are you sure the data entered is correct or not, because no change or edit of application will be allowed after the final submit. and I'm clicking on OK because I have made sure that yes, all the entered data is absolutely correct. Now guys, we are on the last stage, that is of the payment process, and here first you are required to enter the security code, and now I have to click on submit button. So here guys, you can see that this particular payment page has appeared, and now I am required to basically fill out the details for my, and the mode of payment guys, for that another important information has already been given by the Reserve Bank of India in the notification itself, which says that the payment can be made by using debit card, credit card, internet banking, IMPS, cash card and mobile wallets. And you are also required to take a printout of the e-receipt which will be generated when you will enter all the details and you have successfully cleared the payment process. I will also show you the same. Let's get back to the online form filling process. Let me enter my details here. So I have here submitted my payment, and you can see here that a e-receipt has been generated which shows that the payment status as success. So you can just take a printout of the same for your future reference as well. So guys, that was the last step of the online form filling process for the RBI Grade B officer exam. Now we will just close out this tab, and we are again moving towards the official notification of the RBI. And here I am clicking on online application, and here guys, you can see here that there is an option for login for already registered candidates. And now I will be just opening it out to make sure that yes, my form filling has been done successfully or not. See guys, let me tell you that when you will successfully clear the payment part, then you will receive a SMS as well as email on your email ID and SMS on your mobile that yes, your application has been registered successfully. So let us check that. Well, so let us check the same. So here you can see that my application form is here, and let me see that whether the payment has been done or not. So when I just look out at this particular part, you can see here that the payment status, it is showing paid. So guys, this basically shows that yes, I have successfully registered for the RBI Grade B officer exam, and now I really believe that all your queries regarding the online form filling process are absolutely clear. But still if you have any kind of query regarding the online form filling process, then what you can do, you can just mention your queries in the comment section, and I will try my best to clear out and answer your queries. So guys, now all the best for you as well for filling your online form filling process as well as for your exam. Wish you all happy learning.